Have you ever heard of a train that vanished into thin air, leaving behind terrified witnesses and a mystery no one could solve? Deep in the wooded hills of West Virginia lies the forgotten Black Hollow Tunnel, a place shrouded in ghost stories and whispered warnings. Locals claim it's cursed, a place where time distorts, reality bends, and strange occurrences are far too common. The legend traces back to the autumn of 1912, when a small passenger train known as the Midnight Sparrow entered the tunnel during a late-night storm but never came out the other side. Dozens of witnesses at both entrances swore they saw the train go in, yet the opposite station reported no arrival. What makes this tale so disturbing is that several of the passengers were prominent townsfolk. The town mayor's wife, a local priest, and 3 children traveling home for the holidays. The authorities launched a frantic search, but the tunnel was clear. No train, no debris, no signs of derailment. Only an unnatural mist that clung to the walls and a strange, metallic ringing sound that echoed long after the search was abandoned. Over the decades, Black Hollow Tunnel gained a sinister reputation. Hikers reported hearing phantom train whistles in the dead of night, feeling cold air rush past them, and seeing pale figures standing silently at the tunnel's mouth. Paranormal investigators have recorded strange EMF spikes, ghostly voices calling out for help, and even one disturbing incident where a camera crew's footage was found corrupted, filled with static and shadowy figures moving across the screen. In 1983, an amateur historian named Nathaniel Griggs took it upon himself to solve the mystery. Armed with old maps and vintage blueprints of the tunnel's construction, he discovered mentions of a sealed maintenance shaft that branched off midway through the tunnel. Rumors suggested it had been built as an emergency escape during the Civil War and later forgotten. Nathaniel gathered a small team of explorers and ventured into Black Hollow Tunnel on a mist-choked evening. According to his recovered journal, the deeper they ventured, the more oppressive the air became, with inexplicable drops in temperature and the constant feeling of being watched. At the halfway point, they found the sealed shaft, blocked by rusted iron gates. Curiously, Nathaniel noted the faint scent of burning wood and old cologne, as though the past still lingered. As they forced the gate open, a deep, low whistle sounded from within, though no train had used the line for nearly 70 years. What they found beyond defied explanation. A stretch of railway seemingly untouched by time, lined with old lanterns still faintly flickering, and the remnants of a passenger carriage, its wood warped and seats still holding decayed personal belongings. Strangely, no skeletal remains were ever found, though a rusted locket containing a photograph of a young girl was recovered and later identified as belonging to one of the missing children. Nathaniel's final entry described an eerie sensation of movement, as though the ground itself was breathing. Then came the sound, a distant, echoing train whistle, growing louder, though the tracks lay empty. The team fled the tunnel, but only Nathaniel emerged. He was discovered 2 days later, muttering incoherently about figures in the mist and a train forever lost to time. To this day, Black Hollow Tunnel remains abandoned. Urban explorers occasionally venture in, drawn by the legend, only to leave pale and shaken. Speaking of distant footsteps and glimpses of a spectral train passing in the corner of their vision, locals insist that every autumn, on the anniversary of the train's disappearance, the Midnight Sparrow makes one final, ghostly run through the tunnel, carrying its lost passengers forever trapped between worlds. Paranormal researchers have theorized the tunnel acts as a time anomaly or a dimensional rift, though no evidence has ever been conclusive. Still, the story of the vanishing train persists, and those brave enough to visit Black Hollow Tunnel swear the air feels heavier, the darkness deeper, and that no matter how far you walk, you'll always hear the distant whistle of the Midnight Sparrow. If tales like this send a shiver down your spine, remember to like this video, share it with your fellow horror enthusiasts, and subscribe to True Terrifiles Official for more true paranormal mysteries, haunted legends, and eerie real-life horror stories, unearthed every night.